The number of ways to tell a joke is limited only by creativity, but they generally fall into different styles of delivery and formats that manipulate audience expectations to create surprise and laughter. Delivery styles. The way you say a joke is just as important as the content. Deadpan/dry, delivering the joke with an intentionally flat, emotionless expression and tone, letting the contrast between the content and the delivery provide the humor. Exaggerated, character/act out, using over-the-top facial expressions, gestures, and varied voices to show, don't tell, painting a vivid picture for the audience. Physical/slapstick, relying on physical actions, pratfalls, and visual gags rather than words to get the laugh. Storytelling/anecdotal, recounting personal or fictional tales, highlighting and amplifying the funniest parts with a conversational tone. Improvised, creating jokes on the spot based on the situation or audience suggestions, requiring quick thinking. Sarcastic, saying one thing but clearly meaning the opposite, often using irony to critique something. Energetic/enthusiastic, telling the joke with high energy and volume, conveying your own amusement to the audience. Mime, telling a joke or story using only gestures and physical movement, without speaking. Musical, incorporating songs, instruments, or sound effects into the joke delivery. Whispered, for effect, lowering your voice to build intrigue or a false sense of secrecy before the punchline. 2 joke formats and structures. The framework of the joke itself can be a source of humor. One-liners, concise jokes with a quick setup and punchline, often relying on wordplay. Knock-knock jokes, a classic interactive format where the audience participates in the setup. Rule of 3, presenting 2 similar items/actions to create a pattern, then surprising the audience with a third, contrasting one. Question and answer, the classic "Why did the chicken cross the road?" format, where the setup is a question and the punchline is the answer. Observational, making relatable comments about everyday life and human behavior that the audience recognizes. Pun/wordplay, using words with multiple meanings or words that sound similar to create humor, example nacho cheese. Absurdist/surreal, relying on nonsensical, illogical, or bizarre situations to create unexpected laughter. Callback, referencing an earlier joke from the performance to make the audience feel in on the joke and build on previous laughs. Meta-jokes, jokes that are self-referential or comment on the nature of joke telling itself, example the past, the present, and the future walked into a bar. It was tense. Tags, adding an extra, bonus punchline, or just a funny word/reaction, to a joke that has already landed for an extra laugh. 3 thematic approaches. The subject matter or type of humor employed can also vary widely. Dad jokes, intentionally cheesy or bad puns that are so unfunny they become funny. Dark/black humor, making light of serious, morbid, or taboo subjects like death or disease. Self-deprecating, poking fun at oneself and personal flaws, which often makes the comedian more relatable. Satirical, using humor, irony, or ridicule to critique societal or political issues. Parody/spoof, imitating the style of a well-known person, genre, or work in a humorous way. Shock humor, using explicit or gross topics, sex, bodily functions, swearing, to surprise and sometimes offend the audience. Anti-humor, intentionally telling a joke that is unfunny or lacks a punchline, so the situation of the failed joke becomes the humor. Insult comedy, roasts directing insulting jokes at specific people, often in a playful or accepted setting. Observational, finding humor in the shared, mundane aspects of everyday life. Nonsense humor, humor that defies logic and reason, example Monty Python. The key to all of these methods is the element of surprise, leading the audience to expect one thing and then delivering a surprising, unexpected punchline. The rest of the ways are simply variations of these fundamental principles.